مسئلہ یہ ہے کہ اگر ایک آدمی نے وضو کر لیا ہے اور وضو نہیں ٹوٹ رہا ہے، کوئی حاجت بھی نہیں ہے، کوئی مسئلہ بھی نہیں ہے، تو کیا ایک وضو سے کئی نمازیں پڑھی جا سکتی ہیں؟ مسئلہ یہ ہے تو بالکل پڑھی جا سکتی ہیں۔ دوبارہ تازہ فریش وضو سیکنڈ نماز کے لیے کرنا مستحب ہے، ایک اچھا عمل ہے، لیکن ضروری نہیں ہے۔ ایک نماز سے، ایک وضو سے کئی نمازیں پڑھ سکتے ہیں، جائز ہے، منع نہیں ہے۔ رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم جب مکہ فتح ہوا اور رمضان شریف میں ہوا تھا، یہ تو آپ سب کو پتہ ہے نا، 10 رمضان شریف کو، جہاں رمضان شریف کے بہت سے واقعات جو میں نے عظمت المبارک پیش کیے تھے، کل پروگرام کے اندر بھی یہ لنک بتائے تھے، اتنے پروگرام، اتنے لوگوں سے اس میں کی نسبت ہے، اور اس میں فتح مکہ بھی ہے۔ مکہ فتح ہوا 10 رمضان المبارک کو، اور فتح مکہ کے دن رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے 5 نمازیں ایک وضو سے پڑھ لی۔ حضرت فاروق اعظم رضی اللہ تعالیٰ عنہ نے عرض کیا کہ کملی والے آقا صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم، یہ آپ نے روٹین سے ہٹ کر آج مختلف سا مسئلہ کیا ہے، ایک آپ کا سلسلہ، اس کی کیا وجہ؟ فرمایا میں نے جان بوجھ کے کیا ہے، جان بوجھ کے کیا ہے، میں وضو کر سکتا تھا، میں نے اس لیے کیا کہ تاکہ میری امت کو جواز مل جائے کہ وہ ایک وضو سے کئی نمازیں پڑھ سکتے ہیں۔ حضور علیہ السلام کی جو ادا ہے، جو آپ کا زندگی کا گزارنے کا طریقہ ہے، کئی چیزیں ایسی ہوتی ہیں جو امت کے لیے ہوتی ہیں، آپ کو ضرورت نہیں ہے، یہ امت کو درس دینا ہوتا ہے، امت کو بتانا ہوتا ہے، ورنہ میں پے در پہ روزے رکھنے کی کیا ضرورت ہے؟ ایک روزہ رکھا، آپ کو افطاری نہیں، دوسرا رکھ لیا، تیسرا رکھ لیا، کوئی افطاری نہیں کر رہا، مسلسل روزے رکھی جا رہے ہیں، یہ کہیں لکھا ہوا ہے؟ لیکن حضور نے رکھے، اور صحابہ نے کہا کہ یہ تو حضور کر رہے ہیں، ہم بھی کر لیں، چلو انہوں نے کیا، ہم بھی کر لیں، انہوں نے رکھنا شروع کر دیے، کمزور ہو گئے، ماڑے پڑ گئے بیچارے صحابہ ہیں جی۔ تو سرکار نے بہت، تمہیں کیا ہو گیا، تم لوگ تو اچھے بھلے تھے، یہ تو تمہارے چہرے مرجھا گئے ہیں، کیا وجہ ہوئی؟ کہنے لگا حضور آپ نے روزے رکھنا شروع کیا، ہم نے بھی کہا چلو ہم بھی رکھتے ہیں، وہ تم نے میری کا بھی شروع کر دیا، ایکم مثلی، کون ہے تمہیں میری مثل، وَيُطْعِمُنِي وَيَسْقِينِي، میرا رب مجھے کھلاتا بھی ہے، پلاتا بھی ہے۔ تو کچھ چیزیں ایسی، یہ بتانا تھا نا حضور نے، یہ بتانا تھا کہ میں تم میری مثل نہیں ہو، یہ درس دینے سے لیے حضور نے روزے رکھے۔
غسل کے بعد
یہ آ رہا ہے، یہ اس کے بعد اسی کی طرف ہے۔ تو یہ مسائل جو ساتھی پوچھے، اس کے بعد میں ہم چانس دیں گے، آپ مسئلہ پوچھیں، بات کریں۔ یہ آج کی یہ ہماری سنڈے کی الحمدللہ بڑی کامیاب محفل جاری ہے، سوال کرنے کا آپ کو موقع دیجیے، آپ ہاتھ کھڑا کر کے سوال کریں، اور کوشش کی جائے گی اس کا جواب دینے کی۔ نہ جواب ہوگا تو بعد میں آپ کو بتایا جائے گا، اس کا جواب بعد میں آپ کو دیں گے اگر ہمیں علم نہیں ہے۔ تو یہ جواز کے لیے ایسا سرکار دو عالم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے کیا۔ اب یہ مسئلہ آ گیا، یہ جو خواجہ صاحب پوچھ رہے ہیں، مجھے سمجھ آ رہی ہے کہ غسل کے بعد کیا وضو کرنا چاہیے یا نہیں۔ پہلے دیکھیں کہ جو آپ نے پوچھا تھا غسل اور وضو میں بعض لوگ بہت بڑی غلطی کرتے ہیں۔ ایک ہے غسل وہ جو فرض ہے، چاہے مرد ہو چاہے عورت ہو۔ گھروں میں میری مائیں بہنیں بھائی بھی سن رہے ہیں رسیوروں کے ذریعے، ایک غسل ہے جو فرض غسل ہے، ایک ہے شوقیہ وضو اور غسل، جیسے ابھی گرمی شروع ہو رہی ہے، سعودیہ میں لوگ جاتے ہیں عمرے حج پہ، تو شوقیہ غسل کرتے ہیں، پانی پھینکتے رہتے ہیں۔ پاکستان انڈیا میں بہت گرمی ہوتی ہے تو لوگ غسل کرتے ہیں، شوقیہ پانی پھینکتے، وہ الگ بات۔ ایک ہے فرض غسل۔ فرض غسل کی پوزیشن یہ ہے کہ اس کے اندر کلی کرنا، گلے تک پانی لے جانا، یہ غسل کا فرض ہے، اور ناک میں پانی چڑھانا یہ فرض ہے، اور ایک بار پورے جسم پر پانی اس طرح بہانا کہ جسم کا کوئی حصہ بال برابر بھی خشک نہ رہے۔ اپنی انگوٹھی اگر سخت ہے تو اس کو ہلا لیں، تاکہ گھڑی ہے تو تاکہ اس کے نیچے پانی چلا جائے۔ اگر پانی نیچے نہیں جائے گا، جگہ خشک رہے گی، تو آپ کا غسل نہیں ہوگا، اور جب غسل نہیں ہوگا تو آپ کی نماز بھی نہیں۔ اور اس غسل کے بعد اگر کوئی وضو کر لیتا ہے، چلو جی میں نے غسل کر لیا، میں وضو بھی کر لیتا ہوں، تو وضو تو بعد کی بات ہے، پہلے آپ کا غسل ہی نہیں ہوا، آپ پاک ہی نہیں ہوئے ہیں، آپ تو ابھی پاک ہی نہیں ہوئے، پہلے آپ پاک ہو نا۔ تو جو فرض ہیں غسل کے وہ 3 ہیں، کلی کرنا، ناک میں پانی ڈالنا اور پورے جسم پر پانی بہانا، یہ غسل کے 3 فرائض ہیں۔ تو یہ پورے کرنا غسل فرض میں ضروری ہے۔ شوقیہ میں تو جو مرضی کرتے رہے، اس سے کوئی مسئلہ نہیں۔ اب وضو کے اندر جیسے پوچھا گیا ہے کہ اس غسل کے بعد کیا دوبارہ وضو کرنا چاہیے، تو دوبارہ وضو کرنے کی ضرورت نہیں ہے۔ جو آپ نے غسل کر لیا اس کے اندر وضو کے سارے فرائض آ گئے ہیں، دوبارہ وضو کرنا ضروری نہیں ہے۔ تو کر لیتا ہے تو کر سکتا ہے، لیکن اس کو اسی غسل سے نماز وہ پڑھ سکتا ہے، قرآن پڑھ سکتا ہے، اس کو مزید وضو کی ضرورت نہیں ہے۔ یہ مسئلہ کسی کا کہ بھئی ظہر و عصر میں قرأت آہستہ کی جاتی ہے اور فجر مغرب عشاء میں امام زور سے قرأت کرتا ہے، تو بھائی بہت سی حکمتیں ہو سکتی ہیں، بہت پیراز ہو سکتے ہیں، بہت کچھ چیزیں ایسی ہوتی ہیں جو خام خواہ کے سوال ہوتے ہیں، یہ کیوں ہے، وہ کیوں ہے، سجدے 2 کیوں ہیں، 3 کیوں نہیں ہے، اب یہ تو جواب دینے سے رہے۔ لیکن ایک حکمت جو سمجھ آتی ہے، جو پڑھی بھی ہے، وہ یہ کہ دن کے وقت جب قرآن پاک پڑھا جاتا تھا تو کفار بیہودہ باتیں کرتے تھے، مذاق اڑاتے تھے، تو حکم دے دیا کہ اب یہ آہستہ پڑھو۔ یہ سب شریعت مصطفیٰ کریم علیہ السلام آپ کو اختیار رب نے دیا ہے۔ آپ جس طرح قرآن پاک میں حدیثوں میں آتا ہے نا کہ اللہ فرماتا ہے وہ کرو، نماز اس طرح پڑھو جس طرح میرا محبوب پڑھتا ہے۔ میرے نبی کے پیچھے حضور نے فرمایا کہ میری سنت کے مطابق نماز پڑھو، میرے طریقے کے مطابق نماز پڑھو۔ تو فرمایا کہ اب آہستہ پڑھو تاکہ یہ لوگ اس کا مذاق نہ اڑا سکیں۔ مغرب کے ٹائم زور سے پڑھو، یہ کھانے میں مشغول ہوں گے اور تم قرآن زور سے پڑھ سکتے ہو، فجر اور عشاء کے وقت سوئے ہوتے ہیں۔ تو یہ ایک ریزن نظر آتی ہے کہ آہستہ اور زور سے قرآن پاک پڑھنے کی۔ اب یہ 2 مسئلے چھوٹے چھوٹے ہیں۔ ایک یہ ہے کہ پوچھے ہوئے مسائل کہ چھوٹی صورت چھوڑ کر، مثلا ارأیت الذی یکذب بالدین، پہلی رکعت میں پڑھا، آگے ہے انا اعطیناک الکوثر، تو یہ خیال کر کے کہ یہ چھوٹی صورت ہے، میں قل یا ایھا الکافرون پڑھوں، یہ جائز نہیں ہے۔ وہی صورت پڑھنی جو اس کے بعد آ رہی ہے۔ ہاں اگر آپ آگے پڑھنا چاہتے ہیں تو پھر اذا جاء نصر اللہ پڑھو، 2 صورتیں چھوڑ کے پڑھو، ایک چھوڑ کے نہیں پڑھ سکتے۔ لیکن اگر پڑھ لیتا ہے کوئی، نماز تو ہو جائے گی، بات یہ ہے۔ لیکن جو طریقہ وہی بات ہے نا۔ اسی طرح دوسرا مسئلہ اس کے ساتھ ملتا جلتا ہے، قرآن پاک کو الٹا پڑھنا۔ مثلا پہلی رکعت میں آپ نے پڑھا ہے الم تر کیف فعل ربک باصحاب الفیل، اور دوسری رکعت میں آپ پڑھ رہے ہیں والعصر ان الانسان لفی خسر، تو پیچھے صورت آتی ہے، اگلی پڑھنی چاہیے تھی، پچھلی پڑھ گئی۔ تو یہ پڑھنا نہیں ٹھیک، درست نہیں ہے۔ لیکن نماز کا اعادہ کرنا، نماز کو دہرانا، نماز کو ریپیٹ کرنا، یہ نہیں ہے۔ نماز اس کی ہو جائے گی، لیکن غلط قرآن جان بوجھ کر الٹا پڑھنے کا گناہ ہوگا، لیکن غلطی سے ہوگا تو گناہ بھی نہیں ہوگا۔ اللہ تعالیٰ غلطیوں کو معاف کرنے والا ہے۔ تو آپ کے ذہن میں کچھ ہے تو آپ پوچھیں۔
فرضی وضو کے لیے، غسل کے لیے پہلے تو شرعاً وضو کرنا پڑے گا؟
نہیں، فرضی کے لیے
ضرورت کے غسل کے لیے،
ضرورت کے غسل کے لیے کچھ نہیں ہے۔ ضرورت کا جو غسل ہے، جو فرض غسل جس کو کہتے ہیں، وہ مردوں پر بھی ہوتا ہے، عورتوں پر بھی ہوتا ہے۔ مجھے وہ طریقہ نہیں بتانا کہ کیوں فرض ہوتا ہے، وہ آپ سب جانتے ہیں، سب بالغ لوگ ہیں، ماشاءاللہ شادی شدہ لوگ ہیں، نوجوان ہیں، آپ سب سمجھتے ہیں، خواتین بھی سمجھتی ہیں، ان کے مسائل ہوتے ہیں، منتھلی مسائل ہوتے ہیں، اس کے بعد پاک ہونا ہوتا ہے، بچے کی ولادت ہوتی ہے، ان کے دن ہوتے ہیں، اس کے بعد ان کو پاک ہونا پڑتا ہے۔ یہ سارے مسائل سے واقف۔ اب پاک ہونے کے لیے کوئی لمبی بات نہیں ہے، 3 فرض پورے کرنا ہے، باقی سنت طریقہ دائیں کندھے پہ پانی ڈالیں، بائیں پہ ڈالیں، یہ تو غسل کا طریقہ ہے، وہ تو ایک الگ مسئلہ ہے۔ میں نے صرف وقتی طور پر صرف یہ چیزیں بتائی ہیں جو غسل کے اندر فرض ہیں، یعنی کہ جن کو چھوڑنے سے غسل ہوگا ہی نہیں، آپ پاک ہی نہیں ہوں گے، وہ 3 ہیں۔ وضو کے 4 فرض ہیں اور غسل کے 3 فرض ہیں، تو وہ 3 پورے کرنا ضروری ہے بس۔ پورے جسم پر پانی ڈالنا، کلی کرنا اور ناک میں پانی ڈالنا. غسل فرض میں اگر یہ کر لیا تو آپ کا جسم پاک ہو گیا، آپ کا غسل ہو گیا. اب آپ نماز پڑھ سکتے ہیں، آپ قرآن پڑھ سکتے ہیں. لیکن کلی کرنا غسل میں فرض ہے، ناک میں پانی ڈالنا فرض ہے، لیکن وہی کلی کرنا وضو میں سنت ہے. وضو میں فرض نہیں ہے. وضو میں فرض ہے اذا قمتم الى الصلاۃ فاغسلوا وجوہکم. فاغسلوا، جب نماز کی تیاری کرو، فاغسلوا وجوہکم وایدیکم الى المرافق، یہاں تک، وامسحوا برؤوسکم وارجلکم الى الکعبین، اپنے پاؤں کا کو دھو لو. یہ ہیں 4 فرض وضو کے، اور غسل کے 3 فرض. یہ 4 چیزیں میں نے آپ کو بتا دی، اس کو ذہن میں رکھ لیں، اور جب بھی آپ سے پوچھے آپ بلا جھجک اس کو بتا دیں. اگر آپ کو یاد رہے، بھول جائیں تو پھر نہ بتائیں، کبھی نہ بتائیں غلطی سے.
صاحب میرے جی ایک سوال ہے جس طرح ہر بندہ 2-3 دفعہ جی نہا رہا ہے
جی،
اگر جس طرح گرمی ہے تو وہ نال یہ غسل کر لے جائے، جس طرح فرض والا ہے کہ وضو نہ کرے نماز.
ہاں ہاں ٹھیک ہے،
ٹھیک ہے نا، جائز ہے نا وہ
بالکل جائز.
کہ مثلا نہایا نال ہی وہ 3 جڑے فرض نے.
ٹھیک ہے، ہو گیا بس.
اصل حقیقت کی ہے کہ پہلی رکعت جو پڑھ دو کہ آیت وڈی پڑھو تو دوسری چھوٹی پڑھو، کیا کوئی ایسی حقیقت ہے؟
نہیں، اس کی حقیقت یہ ہے کہ رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے جو نماز، اچھا سوال ہے، جو نماز کیا ہے، نماز کی حقیقت کیا ہے؟ نماز رب تو پڑھتا نہیں ہے، اللہ تو نماز پڑھتا نہیں، اللہ نماز پڑھنے کا حکم دیتا ہے. اللہ ورشپ نہیں کرتا ہے، اللہ کی ساری دنیا ورشپ کرتی، عبادت کرتی ہے. تو اللہ نے فرمایا کہ دیکھیں نا، خطبہ ہے، اذانیں ہیں، 2 اذانیں، یہ ترتیب رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم بعد میں صحابہ کرام علیکم بسنتی وسنتی خلفاء الراشدین المہدیین. حضور فرمایا میری سنت، میرے خلفاء راشدین کی سنت پر عمل کرو، جس طرح انہوں نے طریقہ کیا وہ آپ کرو. تو آپ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کا طریقہ کار یہ تھا کہ پہلی رکعت میں لمبی سورت پڑھتے تھے، دوسری میں چھوٹی پڑھتے تھے، لیکن برابر پڑھ سکتے ہیں. اگر لمبی دوسری میں بھی لمبی ہو گئی ہے، اس سے بڑی بھی ہو گئی، نماز پھر بھی ہو جائے گی، لیکن طریقہ مصطفیٰ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم سے ہٹ جائے گا، طریقہ مصطفیٰ سے ہٹ جائے گا، لیکن نماز بہرحال ہو جائے گی. جیسے نماز کے میں نے عرض کیا نا کہ اپنی ناف سے لے کر آپ کے گھٹنے تک پورا جسم مرد کا چھپا ہوا ہے نماز کے دوران، تو باقی سارا جسم ننگا ہے، اس کا ٹانگیں ننگی ہیں، سر ننگا ہے، سینہ ننگا ہے، بازو ننگا ہے، تو اس کی نماز ہو جائے گی. دنیا کا کوئی مفتی نہیں کہہ سکتا اس کی نماز نہیں ہوئی. اب آپ کہیں گے جی اگر نماز ہو جاتی پھر ہمیں کیا دو ٹوپی پہننے کی؟ آپ کو ضرورت اس لیے ہے کہ یہ میرے آقا کی سنت ہے، اور نماز کا ادب ہے. جب آپ نماز کے لیے جا رہے ہیں، اللہ کے سامنے جا رہے ہیں، تو کیا آپ کو معیوب نہیں لگے گا کہ میں اس طرح جا رہا ہوں اللہ کے سامنے؟ دنیا کے کسی بندے کے سامنے جاتے ہوئے تو آپ ٹیٹ فوٹو پہ جاتے ہیں، اچھے لباس پہن کے، جناب ٹھیک ٹھاک، تو اس کائنات کے مالک کے سامنے جا رہے ہیں. یہ تو آدمی کو خود احساس ہونا چاہیے. تمہارا سختی نہیں کرنی چاہیے. ہمارے یہاں بعض لوگ سختی کر دیتے ہیں کہ یہ تیری نماز نہیں، اٹھو میری نماز نہیں ہوئی، وہ تیری داڑھی نہیں فلاں. نہیں، سختی نہیں، اس کو پیار سے، محبت سے، ادعو الی سبیل ربک بالحکمہ، حکمت کے ساتھ بچے کو کس طرح سمجھانا ہے، بابے 80 سال کے بابے کو مسئلہ کس طرح بتانا ہے. یہ دونوں برابر نہیں ہیں، فرق ہے. نوجوان کو کس طرح بتانا ہے، بابے کو، بزرگ کو بڑے محبت سے، پیار سے، آرام سے سمجھانا ہے، کیوں بابا اور بچہ تقریباً. تو اس طرح نوجوان کو بتانا اور ہے اور بڑے کو بتانا اور ہے. اس میں تبلیغ کے لیے ہر بندے کو حکم بھی نہیں ہے. تبلیغ وہ کرے جس کو علم ہے اور حکمت ہے جس کے پاس. جی جی
میرا سوال ہے کہ جب جو شوقیہ غسل کیا جاتا ہے اس سے پہلے وضو تو نہیں کرتے، اگر وہ غسل کریں تو اس کے بعد پھر وضو کرنے کی ضرورت
کوئی ضرورت نہیں ہے. شوقیہ غسل بھی کر لیں تو وضو کی ضرورت نہیں ہے، کیونکہ اس غسل کے اندر بھی سارے فرائض وضو پورے ہو جاتے ہیں. لہٰذا وہ غسل کر لیا تو اب مزید وضو کرنے کی ضرورت نہیں ہے. بالکل صحیح بات پوچھی. اللہم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم وعلی آلہ واصحابہ اجمعین یا رب العالمین. یہ ہمارے ساتھیوں نے، بھائیوں نے محبت پیار کے ساتھ شرکت کر کے درس میں مسائل پوچھے ہیں، سنے ہیں. ان کا یہ ذوق، شوق، محبت، اخلاص یا اللہ اس کو قبول فرما. یا اللہ مزید ہمیں بھی دین کی تبلیغ کے مواقع نصیب فرما. یہ بچے جو کوشش کر رہے ہیں سنی مسلم یوتھ کی، یا اللہ ان کو کامیاب فرما. ہماری دعاؤں کو ان کے حق میں قبول فرما. تمام بیماروں کو شفاء کامل عاجل عطا فرما. خصوصاً ابراہیم خان صاحب کے بھائی کو شفا عطا فرما، ان کی تکلیف کو دور فرما. ہماری دعاؤں کو ان کے حق میں قبول فرما. جو بھی ہمارے بھائی بہنیں بزرگ بیمار ہیں، علی بھائی کو بھی شفا عطا فرما، ان کی تکلیف کو دور فرما. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا انك انت التواب الرحيم.
this program, I didn't want to call this a program. It's not a program. It's a classroom. So we're teaching and you guys are learning. I don't want you guys to just stare at me and not say anything. You can talk, you can say what you like. But there's adab of the classroom. Yeah, there has to be certain rules that has to be applied. I want you guys to be as engaging as you can. If you're confused about something, don't be shy to put your hands up or just shout it out. I don't do hands up. If you want to shout out, you can shout out if you want to. Yeah, is that alright? Bismillah. The program, the classroom, is not going to run for too long. I'm trying to keep it in under an hour. Try to keep it short, sweet, and simple. Okay? Sure. I'll go through the session, and then if you want questions, you can ask. So there's a reason why you lot can't see that, because I made it in Word and I moved it to Google Slides, so I messed it up a little bit. This technology anyway. Basically, it was meant to say welcome. Right. Now this bit where I need to know, I'm going to start from the right. Does anyone know why we start from the right and why we don't start from the left? Shout it out. Why do you start from the right and not start from the left?
Arabic is green like level.
Yeah, that's one of them. Think out of the box a little bit. You're right, you're 100% right. Think out of the box a little bit. Why would you start from the right and not start from the left? Close. He said, yeah, kind of linked into it, but why start from the right? Why not start from the left? Start from the left. Any idea? No? It's very simple. You start from the right because the right hand side has always had the barakah. The blessing comes from the right. Okay? So we always start from the right hand side. So Allah guide us onto the right path, so we start from the right hand side. We eat with what hand?
Right.
There you go. We go when we wash ourselves in the toilet, what hand do you use? So now you see why we don't use the left. When we talk about classrooms, we talk about Islamic stuff, right? Start from the right. Right? So all I want is your name and your age. That's it. I'm gonna go around this way. Your name and your age. Start.
My name is Ayan.
Ayan, you're 9 years old. MashaAllah, who doesn't know you? Famous, MashaAllah. 16?
Shazad 16. Shir 15.
Raheem 13. Hamza 12.
12.
Umar 8. Alon 11. Ali 12. Ahmed 12.
Muhammad
Zubair 13.
Zumair 15. Lal 17.
Ijaz 10.
He means mentally 10.
23.
Those of you who don't know, Sunni Muslim Youth, what I've done, I've kind of changed the order around. One of the vice presidents is this man over here, Sheikh Ijaz. Ijaz has stood by me since day one, since we made Sunni Muslim Youth. I have no issues speaking to Ijaz when making the program. Alhamdulillah, he puts his effort in. And every time I've asked him to come to the program, he said labayk, as in I'll come. So alhamdulillah. So you guys know, if I'm not here, you know who to speak to. Alright? So now that we've done that, why is the text not turning out? Okay, that's fine. So that one would have said, I can see it, but you lot can't see it. It's quite strange actually. Ramadan in the Quran, what we want to learn in the classroom today is a bit about Ramadan, is so that it can get you guys ready for Ramadan that is coming. Okay? I believe, if I'm not wrong, you're 9, aren't you? You're 9? And you are 12. Okay. So you're the youngest in the class. And who's 16? Somebody say 16. Yeah, so you're the oldest in the class. So the youngest, this even applies to you, and I'll tell you why a little bit later on. But it's just to get you guys ready on what to do when Ramadan comes and what to do during Ramadan. Have you ever fasted? Put your hands up if you fast during Ramadan. Okay, keep your hand up if you fast all 30. Don't fast all 30? Okay, but we'll get to that, why not? But have you ever had this feeling where you wake up, you have your sehri, you go to sleep, you wake up, you got nothing to do, school holidays, what do?
Eat.
How can you eat if you're fasting?
I watch TV.
Watch TV. Okay, yeah, that's one of them. Play FIFA. FIFA.
Go on your phone.
Go on your phone, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. اليسرى ولا يريد بكم اليسرى ولتكملوا تكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون.
For some reason,
Yeah, no, the issue. What's about it? Right. Can everyone see that? Or is it too much? Is it too little for you? Do you see that? You sure? Okay, I'm getting old then. If I was sitting there, I wouldn't be able to see. So the month of Ramadan is that in which the Quran was revealed. So this month, that's coming in the next 15 days, odd, is when the Quran was revealed. A guidance for the people, talking about the Quran, and clear proofs of guidance and criterion. And whoever sights the new moon of the month, let him fast, and whoever is ill or is a journey, then an equal number of other days. So what that means, we'll go into detail about the ill and the journey, but in the month of Ramadan, how do we know when Ramadan starts? See the moon sign. So the answer is in the ayah. So when the month of Sha'ban is coming to an end, we look to see if there's a new moon. And if that moon is sighted, okay, then it's what? And whoever is ill or is a journey, an equal number of days, we'll discuss that later on. Allah intends for you ease. Allah wants to make it easy for you. And does not intend for you hardship. And wants for you to complete you can't see on here because the projector, complete the period and to glorify Allah for that which He has guided you, and perhaps so that you will be grateful. Okay, so what do we, two things we learn from that. Ramadan was revealed when? Well, the Quran was revealed in which month? Ramadan. And when do we know Ramadan begins? On the sighting of the? You get that?
Yeah.
Guys, as I'm doing, make sure you write. If you don't get it, write notes. You should be writing notes. You know how important notes are? Really important. You go to school without your books? What would you do if you turned up to school without books? Detention. You don't want to be in an Islamic detention, trust me. You've seen Qari Saab's detentions? Is it right now? You don't need to write down the whole ayah. I'm just saying, write notes. Notes meaning the points. Pens run out. What are you doing? Doodling with the pen? So drawing karna hai. Got it?
No, this one. All that. Bugs.
So points you really need to make. Quran was revealed in Ramadan. Ramadan begins on the sighting of the where is it? Yarhamukallah. You get it? That simple. Anyone confused? You don't need to write down this whole. Don't attempt to write this down. Yeah? I don't want you to write down the translation of the entire ayah. Don't do that. You need scholars to explain it. And frankly, that's not me. So. Got it? Happy to move on? Yeah, so far so good? Okay. Hadith on fasting. Now what's a hadith? What's a hadith? What the Prophet ﷺ said, his actions, his speech, and what he ordered. Yeah, this is hadith. At times to explain the Quran or to explain the life of the Prophet ﷺ and what he did throughout his life, we need a hadith. We can't leave these out. Okay? Is that understood? Without the hadith, it's difficult to interpret the Quran. You cannot understand the Quran without the hadith. The tafsir is something else. Tafsir is a translation of the Quran, but hadith is the overall explanation. You need the hadith. Hadith you can't leave out. Okay? You just need to be wary. Another thing, in my classrooms, we don't address people at all, regardless of what they believe for. We don't address them by name. There's some people who only take from the Quran. Okay? They read what's in the Quran, but they ignore the hadith. Okay? We're not that. We're people who learn from the Quran and learn from the hadith. Okay? Bismillah. So Sayyidina Abu Hurairah is a Sahaba of the Prophet ﷺ. Most of the hadith have been narrated from him. A lot of the hadith have been narrated through him. Sayyidina Abu Hurairah narrated that the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever fasts during the month of Ramadan with faith and seeking his reward from Allah will have his past sins forgiven. So anyone who attains Ramadan, who gets to Ramadan and fasts only for the sake that he will get reward from Allah, expects the reward from and seeks the reward from Allah, then his past sins will be forgiven. Imagine how many sins we've done in a day. Lying, backbiting, I hope not this, but I hope this is not amongst you lot, robbery. Yeah? What's that? Telling tales. You know what I mean? He said this, he said that, oh beef, beef, beef. You know what I mean? None of that. Okay, seriously. Now the next thing after this hadith is the question. I want to see who's the smartest guy in this class. And I don't care if one guy takes all of this chocolate. I want to see who knows this stuff. You got it? And this is from Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim. These are two books of hadith. Okay, we have 6 books of hadith mainly, which is known as the 6 books of hadith, Sahih Sitta. But these are the most, as you put it, the most reliable ones, or strongest ones that people refer to. Got it? Happy with that? Second hadith, shorter than that. Don't think the hadith is big, it's just the text that's so big. The hadith is actually not big. I'll read that, this is only a little bit. Narrated Abu Hurairah, the same Sahaba, radiallahu anhu. Allah's apostle, as in Allah's Prophet ﷺ said, when Ramadan begins, the gates of paradise are opened. And that's in Bukhari. And following on the hadith, that the gates of paradise are open and the gates of hell are shut. Okay? The shaitan cannot attack you. Does that make sense? So answer me this question. Chocolate for this intelligent dude, I'll give him 2 of these. If shaitan is locked up and you do something wrong, how can you do something wrong if shaitan's locked up? Kind of, I want a bit of a full answer.
The past.
Getting warmer, sort of. It's a bit of past, present, past and present. I'll give you that. Yeah. Just yourself. Good. I tell you what, I'll complete your answer, you're right. What we do, those are our lackings of what we did wrong or what we do wrong on a daily basis. That's not what shaitan does. The great thing about this month is when Allah locks up the shaitan and the devil can't get to you. So you got no excuse to say, oh, shaitan maybe did it. You got no excuse. That's your own shortfalling. So what do you do in the month of Ramadan? You address that fault and you say, Allah, I know this is my fault and I'm going to work on that and not do it again. So you can't blame shaitan now. He locked up. He in prison. That's it. Can't do nothing. You know what I mean? So that's to address your shortfalls. Is any of you thirsty? Yeah. Anyone thirsty? Sure? If you are, let me know. Don't be shy. You alright? If you are, let me know. Okay. The shout out if you are thirsty. So who can fast? Who can fast? 3 categories. You should write them down. Remember this. Who can fast? Number 1. Iman. Someone who's Muslim. He has to be Muslim. He has to be a believer. Remember that ayah? Say that again?
There's no
Your ink ran out.
There's no-
Hang on. Try this one. Actually, hold on. Yeah, this one works. How many of you go to the fiqh class inside? Yeah, so he has to be Muslim. He has to have mu'min. If you remember the first verse we did, remember the first ayah of the Quran he said about? He says to the Allah is addressing the believers. Okay? This deen is a really easy deen, it's soft. But let me get one thing very straight. If that person is not Muslim, let's come on, we've all had that. I've had friends who are not Muslims and say, I'm fasting, I want to see how it's like. They don't get ajr for it because they have to be Muslim. That's not fasting. That's just hunger strike. If Allah chooses to give them ajr, that's another story in Yawm al-Qiyamah. We don't question what Allah will ordain, what Allah will do later on. But the shart is he has to have iman. If that's what Allah says, that's it. They have to have iman. What is iman? Believe in Allah, la ilaha Muhammadur Rasulullah. That's it. That's. And remember these terms when I use them, and write them down if you can. Remember, you need to write down these notes. They're very important. Sanity. What does sanity mean? Anyone know what sanity means?
Is it similar to humanity? Is it similar to humanity?
No, far from that. Far from that. Anyone else? No? Okay, let me tell you. Sanity means he has to be. You know, some people you have that are unwell. They're mentally unwell. Yeah, you have make dua for such people. Children who are mentally unwell. Okay, they're not. You should never mock someone like that. You should never laugh at somebody like that. Allah has put them in that state. Okay, and Ramadan is not obligatory. They don't have to fast. Even with their prayers as well, the same thing. They're mentally unwell. Okay. Let me define mentally unwell. Just because you shout one day on top of your lungs doesn't mean you're mentally unwell. Mentally unwell means you have to be literally, you have no control over your mind. You understand? Okay? Any questions? Any doubts? Am I too boring? You sure? Well, I'm trying to make this as fun as possible. Sure. Help me out. Maturity. So the youngest, 9-year-old. Okay. So that's about when somebody reaches to puberty, to age of puberty. Okay. A lot of the ulama have said it starts from the age of 9. So when you are 9 years old, Ramadan has become fard. But every individual is different. Okay. Your parents will identify whether you have passed the age of puberty or not. Okay, but usually it starts from 9, sometimes it's even 11, sometimes it's 10, you know what I mean? It doesn't go further than 10 really, rarely it's 11, happens on occasions. But from 9 is fard. Fard meaning, if you don't fast, you're sinful. Do you understand? You get guna, very simply, you get guna if you don't fast. But if you're under the age of puberty, then it's not fard on you. Because you're not old enough yet to understand the concept. You understand? It's like telling a 9-year-old, here you go, here's the car keys, go drive my Golf. It doesn't make sense. Why should I not just, who's got my keys? Why should I not just give my keys to the young brother here, give it to him and say, go drive my Golf? Do you see something? Why should I not give it to him? Too young? And he doesn't know? He doesn't know how to drive. Sure, he knows there's a steering wheel, there's a gear stick, there's a pedal, and bang, need for speed, gone. He knows that. Every kid knows that. That's not the point. Besides, the point is, he can't drive, he doesn't have the license. Okay? If he drives without a license, he could go to court, he might have penalties, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? There's consequences. If you don't fast, obviously there's no consequences. But if you're under the age of maturity, Allah has made it easier for you. It's not obligatory for you. But 9-year-old, as soon as you hit 9, salah becomes fard and so does fasting. Okay? Hitting the age of puberty. This is the bit where I give out chocolates. Why is Ramadan so important? What's Ramadan got to do with the Quran? Just shout out the answer, don't need hands up.
The Quran came to Prophet Muhammad on the night when he took Qadr.
Yeah. You're right. You know your stuff. The Quran was revealed. Overall answer, the Quran was revealed in this month. But yeah, you're right. So, going on from that. Let's start with the lines. They're nice, isn't it? The pink lines. Alright. First one. How many chapters in the Quran? First one, Shah.
14. 114.
30. I said chapters. Listen.
Someone else said 30.
He said it first. Alright. How many surahs in the Quran? 144.
114.
Ah. Quick. Have to be quick here. Got it? Times are over. These are like no people that First surah of the Quran, Chishti Sahibs, both of you are out in this one. You can't answer that. Both of you can't answer that. I know you know the answer, you can't answer. Huh?
The name
Name of the surah. Every time someone gets chocolate, say mashallah. Longest surah. Oh, sorry, first surah of the Quran. After is the long. First surah. But it's alright, you know what? Give it to him. You can have to. Sorry. My head is the longest. Why are you licking his chocolate? Exactly, this guy. Okay. What's the last surah in the Quran? Chishti Sahib, you can't answer this question. I don't know who said that. Wait, let me ask again.
Just ask a different question. See, whoever got chocolate, don't answer.
Yeah, that's true. Last surah in the Quran. I felt like it. Next one. Ali and was it Faisal? Adil, sorry. Ali and Adil are out of this because they know this. No, it is fair. What can be more fair? Your my Qari Sahib sons. What else do you want?
My dad doesn't teach me.
Yeah, he does. Asha, I'm gonna have a word with your dad afterwards. Say, Qari Sahib, you're not teaching him. Okay, from now on, both of you can answer. As soon as it comes up. What's the heart of the Quran? You can't answer, you already got chocolate. Heart of the Quran? Stormzy.
Bad boy storm.
Tell my man.
MashaAllah.
This is the hard one, next one. Whoever gets it gets 3 chocolates. No, actually, I'll give you 1. You have to know this. You have to know this. This one tastes like down. You like that? You flavor chocolate? He means that. I love it. What's the decoration of the Quran? Hard one, isn't it? Hard one, isn't it?
Surah Ar-Rahman.
Do not jump.
Oh, come on, Ari.
Leave it. Decoration of the Quran. He just gave you the answer.
Surah Rahman.
Okay, then none of you get that. Zubair Sahib, that's it. Longest surah in the Quran. You got chocolate. Suratul Baqarah. What surah is it? First or the second? Let's check. Make sure man them are awake. You can eat the chocolate now, by the way. But let me tell you another thing, really important. If you guys are going to eat in the masjid, if it drops on the floor, I will put the little dots and shove it down your nose. No, I'm just kidding. Just don't drop food in the masjid, okay? Because what happens is when you lot drop it, or when I drop it, talking about myself, even when I eat, if I drop it, the chocolate gets on the floor, they rub it, it's going to make marks on the carpet, isn't it? Yeah, just be careful, inshallah. Yeah. Next one. Shortest surah in the Quran. Go.
Al-Kawthar. Qul huwa Allahu.
Look. Hold on. Too many surahs being read out. Look, you need to follow this principle. I think you should write this down. My teachers told me this. It's called certainty over doubt. Either you know it 100% or you're doubtful and you stay quiet. If you know it, then speak. Don't just guess and say, oh, hopefully I'll get a chocolate. You know what I mean? Did y'all start with it? Surah?
That's what I said.
Oh, you already got 2 chocolates.
No, I didn't hear him say it. I didn't say it.
Yeah. I think there's one more after this. The Quran was revealed to which prophet? In the great Jabba. YouTube. Bismillah. MashaAllah. Good point. Okay. So who? I don't see anybody writing any notes. I not writing no notes. Your pens? Pens are not. Pen? I don't think so. Ran out of pens. You got.
I'll give it to you.
You got.
That one there.
But then what are you gonna write with? Watch it, Bismillah. We're Muslims, remember, we have to share everything between each other. If someone needs something, you should be the first to rise. Well done for them. Sahri, as we say in Urdu, most of us. Or suhoor in Arabic. You're probably looking, why has it got dates? Why has it got milk? Why has it got watermelon in the bottom? I'll tell you why. It's narrated that Anas bin Malik, which is under the Sahaba of the Prophet ﷺ, Anas bin Malik radiallahu anhum said that the Prophet ﷺ said, eat suhoor, for in suhoor there is blessing. There is blessing in sari. Right? It's narrated in Bukhari and in Sahih Muslim. Okay? Some people wake up, they don't wake up and think, you know what, I need my sleep and I'm not going to eat sari. Do not miss sari. Yeah? You understand? Do not? Don't miss sari.
Why?
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that. But sari is important. It's super, super important. Okay? Eat before sunrise. Basically, that's what sari is. To eat before sunrise. Now, there's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, which the Prophet ﷺ at times would delay the suhoor until the time of Fajr, until when the time of Fajr came up. But enough time between when he ate and the time of dawn of Fajr was enough of a Quran for 50 verses. So you should leave enough time when you finish eating, and enough time for you to go, if you're going to the masjid, to go and pray your salah. It doesn't mean, so let's say for example, the sari ends at 1:20, for example. I'll just give you an example, it doesn't end at that time, but we'll see the timetable anyway. If sari ends at 1:20, what you shouldn't do is eat all the way to 1:20. Do you understand? I'll tell you, one of the reasons that actually a lot of people don't know, time is never of a certainty. Does anyone understand that? For example, it's 2:41 on that clock, on my phone it will be something else. How do you know which clock you're following? Exactly. So you need to be certainty is one thing. And the other thing, it gives you enough time to digest what you've eaten and to go to the masjid and pray easily your Fajr Salah. You can read it in your home if you're far from masjid, and mashallah, all of you are close by to the masjid. If you can make it to the masjid, come back to the masjid. Read it off.
You know that it says eat before sunrise?
Yes.
Sunrise is the time when Fajr namaz finishes. So it should be before dawn.
Yeah, the thing is, there's a bit of you know the Arabic terms that we use.
Okay.
That's just a translation of that. But realistically, what you want to do is eat till dawn. What that means, by okay. But eat before sunrise is what I refer to as that period. Okay. So don't eat all the way till Fajr is about to start. Give yourself enough time. Yeah? It's really, really important. The foods of the Sunnah, I'm sorry you covered this, the picture. Sunnah, the foods of the Sunnah. The Prophet ﷺ's favorite foods: dates, milk, watermelon. The favorite foods of the Prophet ﷺ. Dates. I guarantee you, this is my guarantee, I guarantee you, if you had suhoor and one of the foods you had in dates was date, one of the foods you had was dates, you would be full for the entire day. Have 3 to 4 dates with whatever you're eating. I wouldn't recommend just eating dates and just going on fast. It might be a bit difficult for you guys. It's even difficult for us as adults, really. But don't do that. You want to be full, have a nice breakfast. Yeah? But add a few dates in there. Make sure you have milk. What does milk have in it? For those who do science. Protein, calcium, good for your bones, so on and so forth. Okay? So it's important. And what does protein do? I'm looking at you two because you're older, you know a bit more my gym.
Makes your bones strong.
Yeah, apart from that, protein. There's another thing that protein does.
Energy.
Energy. More. Another one, you're getting warmer.
Makes sense.
Protein
Makes you strong.
gives you energy, is one. And actually it kind of works near to what fiber does. Keeps your stomach full for a longer period. Keeps you full for a longer period. So milk is really important. Okay? I understand we're in a state where we have jar all the time. What's jar?
Tea.
Tea is good, but the problem with tea is, for some people, you drink tea and you stay awake for too long. You need your sleep, you need to get up for schools. Anyone here in college? Still in schools? What year are you? So who's in college?
6th school.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
In college? Just because of that, go check on the phone. There you go. Do you understand that? Is anyone confused so far? Anyone thirsty? Anyone hungry? Want some Al-Had? All of you don't go to Al-Had, innit? Them ones. Steak burgers. They thought they were going to get steak burgers today, huh, Joseph? They did steak burger. So look, really important. It's not important. Don't miss Seri. Period. Understand? Don't miss Seri. Okay. The dua to read when starting your prayer. Who knows this Baha? I'm going to take this out. Who knows this Baha? No Baha? No Baha? What's the dua? Read a bit louder.
وبصوم غد نويت من شهر رمضان.
وَبِصَوْمِ غَدٍ نَوَيْتُ مِنْ شَهْرِ.
رمضان.
Let's see if you're right. وَبِصَوْمٍ غَدٍ نَوَيْتُ مِنْ شَهْرِ رَمَضَانَ. Alright? نَوَيْتُ مِنْ شَهْرِ رَمَضَانَ. You're right? MashaAllah. Yeah? Who knows this dua? By heart. Be honest. If you don't know it, it's nothing to be embarrassed of. I didn't know it at one point. Who doesn't know it? Who doesn't know it? Okay, would it help? Would it help if somebody printed it off for you? Or something like that? Or, have you all got mobile phones? Yeah? Mobile phone? No? Computer? Laptop? Apple Mac? Apple Mac? Windows? Is that right? You sure? I love this guy. So, if you don't know it, go onto your computers. And doesn't mean go on Sheikh Google and say and type and find out this is the dua. If you're still confused finding it, come to me and I'll give it to you. But you don't need to you should memorize things. This will help you in your studies as well. You have to memorize things. Don't you? When you go into exams, sometimes you have to memorize something. Formulas, maths, algebra. You have to memorize a formula. Memorize a dua, it's easy. وَبِصَوْمِ غَدٍ نَوَيْتُ مِنْ شَهْرِ رَمَضَانَ. It means I intend to keep the fast for tomorrow in the month of Ramadan. Simple. For those who can't read Arabic, that's another mas'ala. For those who can't read Arabic at all, you can read it in English. You can say in English, but should be read in Arabic. And the shart, the condition is that you should be learning Arabic and learning to read that. For those who can't read Arabic at all, make the niyyah. I intend to make the fast for tomorrow in the month of Ramadan. Khalas. Understood? You got it?
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. If tomorrow, mashallah, what's your name? Hanan. If your friend tomorrow, non-Muslim friend, says, I want to accept Islam. Okay. Got to read the dua for Ramadan though. Do you think you can read that? Can't. You won't know Arabic. So what are you going to tell him? You can't fast because you don't know the dua. It's fine. Read in English. But you guys here, all of you study under Qari Sahab? All of you study under Qari Sahab?
No.
Yeah.
No, who no? Why you don't come to the masjid?
No.
Okay.
I do come to the mosque not to read Quran.
Okay, that's fine. Still, same thing. If you, as long as you come to this, when you come to this masjid, you are under that teacher. You read behind the imam, so he's your imam and he's your teacher. Okay, that's the way I see things. So if you can even read that, and you begin your fast. Intention is really important. That's an intention. Niyyah. Intention is in Arabic. Niyyah. The Prophet ﷺ said that your actions are based on your niyyah. Okay. The do's of fasting, what you should do. The do's and don'ts we're going to go over. What you should do and what you shouldn't do. Now, you might find some of these funny. When we get to the don'ts, you don't know how to burst out laughing. By the way, who's on Instagram? Stop. Okay. I'm on Instagram too. You can add me later if you want. Go check out my vlog too. Give some views. Okay? Do's of fasting. The most obvious one is I go to school, how am I going to pray?
Ask the teacher. Pray in the classroom or something.
I was 8 years old. Probably younger than that. I remember I used to read, what was the one of those old books that I used to teach, the old cartoon books? Yeah, I was that age. And during my break time, after read Zuhr, I used to, literally, break time is 1:30. I don't know what, is it still the same? What's time break?
40 to 11.
No, the lunch break.
1
o'clock.
1 o'clock?
1 o'clock till 2 o'clock.
Okay, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Let's say that. So mine was 1:30. Okay? Right bang on time for Zuhr. I used to literally just go upstairs, go to my classroom, say, Miss, can I just pray? I'm fasting. Okay, go. 2 minutes, takes 2 minutes. By the way, there's those of you who want to check me out on YouTube later on. The first video I made is how long it takes to make, how long it takes to read 5 surahs. I calculated it. You will be shocked at how long it takes. Go and check out the video.
1 hour.
Give me some views and you'll find out. But pray your
What's
salah.
your YouTube channel?
We'll find at the end. I'll tell you in the end. Okay? Pray your salah. Come to the masjid. If you can make it to the masjid, you should come to the masjid. If you're local, you should come to the masjid. Attend the classes. We're going to be doing some classes during Ramadan. We're going to ask Qari Sahab. If you guys are alright with that and comfortable with that, we'll do some classes, inshallah. If today goes well, you guys are happy, you think this guy's chilling, this class is alright, we'll go with it. I want to make it very... I don't want to make it like, I said this to Ijaz, I said, I don't want to make it like, I talk and these guys don't say anything. That was my era. That was my age. You guys don't do that no more. I start doing that, you lot are pulling out your Instagram during my classes. Read the Quran. You get reward regardless of whether you read it with or without translation. Understood? So, just because someone's reading it with translation doesn't mean the one without translation will try to get more reward, equal reward. But you need to understand what Allah is telling you. For how many years when I was your age, I read the Quran, just read. Okay? Until I got to about your age, 16? When I got to about 16, 15, I picked up the Quran with translation. was blown away. I was like, whoa, this is what Allah is telling me? I had no idea. Okay? Trust me, pick up the Quran, read it in translation. Make sure it's the right translation, that's another story. Read it. Read it once. If anyone wants a Quran translation without the Arabic in it, there's one book I know is really, really good. Simple English. Really good to read. If you guys want to read it, let me know. Read it with translation. Understand what Allah is telling you. Even if you're reading 5 verses, yeah? Look, Al-Fatiha, 7. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Carry on. Malik Yawmiddin. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين صدق الله العظيم. So, pick up the Quran and know what Allah said in those 7 verses. How long do you think it will take you? 5 minutes? Find out what Allah said in those 7 verses. What is Allah saying to you? He says, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Yeah, go into and find out what Allah is saying. Okay, it's not difficult. It's really easy. Send durood upon the Prophet ﷺ. Send salam on the Prophet. You can say it like this, very simply. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Rasulullah. Yeah? The Prophet ﷺ says, when someone said durood upon me, I hear it myself. So you can imagine, when you're reading durood, the Prophet's listening to you. Yeah? How would you feel if I told you, we're doing a program here, the Prophet ﷺ lives 5 doors down. You can hear us. What would you do? Or what would you feel? How would you feel? Good, yeah. Close. That's the word I'm looking for. Close. How close are we with the Prophet? That when we send durood upon the Prophet, he can hear us. That's our relationship with us and the Prophet. You understand? Just like your relationship with your friends. You're close. Remember, with how, let me get this very straight. I don't want you to misunderstand. How you are with your friends is not how you be with the Prophet ﷺ. Okay? So you can joke with your friend, you shouldn't really, but if you swear at him, whatever, you fight, you slap each other, punch each other, that's part of friendship. But you can't be disrespectful to the Prophet ﷺ. That's the line. You don't cross that line. Okay? But, just to explain to you, metaphorically I'm explaining, that's how close we are with the Prophet ﷺ. You have to be close. And the way that we get close to the Prophet ﷺ is by sending durood. Or another durood, you read it in the namaz. Who knows the entire namaz? Everyone knows the entire namaz? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Sayyidina Ibrahim wa ala ali Sayyidina Ibrahima innaka Hamidun Majid. Okay? Or there's a durood which a lot of the ulama, the scholars that I've studied with, they read it like this. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم وفي العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. At the end, it doesn't matter what durood you read, the durood is a salutation from the Prophet ﷺ. Okay? Learn about the Prophet ﷺ. Learn about his life. How many of you know what the Prophet ﷺ looked like? Do you know what Ronaldo looks like? How did Ronaldo? Give me a description of Ronaldo. Quickly,
face.
few seconds.
Skinny face guy.
Yeah, skinny faced guy. Tall,
Light skin.
Kind
light skinned. What's his hair color?
of ugly hair.
Ugly hair. What shirt does he wear?
I don't know.
Number?
7. I don't know.
What was the Prophet's hair like?
Long.
Yeah.
Curly.
Yeah.
He had a beard.
Light skinned.
Yeah.
In the beard.
Not really, you can't say light skin.
Middle.
The Prophet ﷺ was neither light, neither was he dark, he was in between. But do you understand my point? We know how Ronaldo looks like, how Messi looks like from head to toe, but we find it difficult to know how the Prophet ﷺ. But it's not your fault, you're here to learn, that's why we're going to learn. That's one of the things we're going to do during Ramadan. We're going to teach you, tell you what the Prophet ﷺ looks like. Simple things like that. Even more simple things. To smile is what? To smile is sunnah. It's a practice of the Prophet ﷺ. If you did that and rewired the sunnah, you know how much reward you'd get? I'm not going to tell you the hadith because I don't know it all by heart and the correction of the hadith, but huge reward. Huge reward just by smiling at somebody. Another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said that if you was to smile at your mother, you get a reward of Hajj. And the Sahaba said, Prophet ﷺ, we would do a lot of Hajj in a day. I could just smile at my mother all day. And the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah is giving. Okay? Allah is giving. He just wants to give. Next one. So learn about him, his family, his companions. Remember, you got to learn about the companions too. They were the homies. For real. For real. They were real homies. Like, you know, they helped the Prophet ﷺ in difficult times. Difficult times. And they stood firm. Can you tell me the names of the Sahaba, the 4 main Sahaba? Sayyidina Abu Bakr, Sayyidina Umar, Sayyidina Ali, Sayyidina Uthman. Radiyallahu alayhim ajma'in. Sayyidina Abu Bakr, Sayyidina Umar, Sayyidina Uthman, and Sayyidina Ali. Karramallahu wajhahu al-kareem. Okay, these are our 4 major Sahabas. There's loads of Sahabas. 4 main ones. Okay? Be kind to everyone. Speak the truth, but don't be rude. Speaking the truth is good, but don't be disrespectful. There's a way to tell people the truth, okay? For example, don't do that. There's a way, if I said to you, "Oi, what are you eating this chocolate for?" If I said like that, what do you think? Why is he talking to me like that? It's disrespectful. If I said to you, "Brother, you're eating chocolate, alhamdulillah, but just be careful that it doesn't get on the carpet." You'd appreciate it, wouldn't you? I've told you the truth, but I wasn't rude either. See what I mean? It's the way how you speak to people. Speak the truth, but don't be rude. Help your friends and family. If you know in your friends and family who need help, any type of help, be the first to help. Say labbaik. If you can do that, if you know you can do, let's say Adil was carrying a bag of rice. For example, my man can't lift 10 kilos of rice. Ali can. Okay? And he's watching him, he can't carry the rice, what should he do? If he can carry it, you should help him, even though he looks like he can carry 100. But you should help him, regardless of the situation. And that includes cooking, cleaning, can't see that at the bottom, but let me tell you, cooking, cleaning and tidying. You know the Prophet ﷺ used to wash his own dishes. Can you believe that? You only think women, who in here thinks only women clean the dishes? I know all of you do. I'm not going to put my hand up and say something. No. The Prophet ﷺ used to cook, he used to clean himself, and used to tidy himself. He was not just the man of the house, like he was the man of the house, the breadwinner. He was the Prophet ﷺ. We'll take that away from him, but he also cooked and cleaned. And you know when he cooked and cleaned, and when he used to cook with things, he used to name his utensils. He used to use, you know the let's say the spoons he used to use. If you look at the hadith, he used to name them, he used to give them names. He used to do all of the things himself. So if your mum says, from now on, I don't want to hear this from your house, from home. If your mum says, get up and do the Hoover, if I hear anyone saying, "Oh, this is a girl's job," out of this world, bro. Give you a smack when you're gone. Point is, the Prophet ﷺ, he cleaned himself. So why don't you think of it in this initiative? The Prophet ﷺ cleaned. He was Imam al-Anbiya. He was the Imam of all the prophets. If the Imam of all the prophets can clean and cook, okay, maybe not cook, you don't have to cook, but I mean help out. We're just ummati, we're just regular sinners. Do you understand that? You get it? Yeah? I'm not asking you to be full-time maids, yeah? You know, put on an apron and you know what I mean? Help out. That includes the masajid. You know, there's 2 guys who come here, Khalifa Tariq's grandsons? Uncle. Is their uncle? So his nephew, isn't it? Nephew. Always clean the machine. Really good. Imagine if that's what they do in the masjid, imagine what they do at home. They clean this entire space, even upstairs. But mainly I see them doing downstairs. Okay? Smile at someone who already went through that. Try and go quickly because we're just looking at time. Don'ts of fasting. Don't do these things when you're fasting, please.
Don't eat.
Obviously. The first one, don't lie. Don't lie. And then I'll tell you later on, does lying break your fast or not? Lie, don't lie. Don't lie. There's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, just to shorten it for you guys because of time, I'm just going to shorten it down for you. someone asked the Prophet ﷺ, can a mu'min, can a believer be a thief? Can he be this? Can he be that? And the Prophet said, no. He went through a list. And then when he said, Ya Rasulullah, can a mu'min be a liar? Can a believer be a liar? The Prophet ﷺ's blessed face went red. He got angry. And he said, no, a mu'min, a believer can never be a liar. So refrain from lying. I'm not going to say, oh, stop lying completely. It's difficult. Yeah, you should stop lying. Khalas, period. That's what I'm telling you now. Stop lying. It's difficult. But that's your jihad against your nafs. Stop. Okay, if you know you're going to say something that's the truth, remain silent. When you remain silent, that's ibadah. What's ibadah? The remembrance of Allah. Worship. Pass it on to you. During, stay there. Pass it on to you. Right hand. Does anyone understand that now? Okay? Don't fight. What do you do? You're fasting. Okay. What's your name again, bro? Shazad. If I come up to you and say, I'm going to knock you out. You're fasting. What are you going to do?
Keep silent.
Walk away.
Walk away or say, brother, I'm fasting. Even if it's a non-Muslim. Look, I'm fasting. I'm not allowed to fight. Come 30 days later. No, that's not the point. The point is, you shouldn't do it anyway. You should be fighting regardless. Don't fight. Trust me, I'm going to tell you, in my younger age, in my jahiliyyah, I was stupid. I used to get into a lot of fights because stupid things. Why are you looking at me? Look, I've done stupid things. I'm telling you now, I'm sitting in the masjid. I've done stupid things that I regret. Don't get into beef. You think you're going to be big in front of your boys ain't going to do nothing for you. Trust me, you think they're going to jump in and do all of that? They might do it for now. Watch later on. When you're with the feds and you got the handcuff behind you, then let me see what your boys do then. You understand that? You buy me acting big, knock him out. Don't fight. Khalas. If someone comes up to you, you're fasting, don't fight. Period. There's no left and right. Don't swear. That's an obvious one. Don't backbite. What does backbiting mean?
Talking behind someone's back.
Yeah. Talking bad behind someone's back about regarding something that you wouldn't say to their face. Okay? But it doesn't mean that you have to be rude. That's what backbiting is. Oh, Jocelyn, you know Shazad, yeah? That's backbiting. And you don't like it. And it might not be true actually. Even though if it's true, it's called carrying tales. Not allowed in Islam. It's haram. Don't do it. Jealousy, hasad. Obviously, don't eat during the time of fasting. Don't say I'm fasting and you're going in the corner and having like Haribos. They're haram anyway, but I'm just saying. Cause arguments. Don't cause arguments. Oh, Ijaz, bro. You know Shazad said this about you, bro. I think you should go over there now, yeah? And smack him one. That's called causing arguments. Don't do that. Trust me, I've done it so many times. I don't do it. It's wrong. Don't do it. Don't be rude to your mother and father. Okay? Don't be rude to your mother. This is a serious point. If you're in my classroom right now, this is not even my classroom, I'm just saying, because I'm the one teaching you. If you're here, sit here right now, and you're disrespectful to your mother, I'd rather you stay at home and be nice to your mother than to come to the classroom. And when your mother thinks you're ready, then you can come to the class. Don't be disrespectful. If your mom is telling you something, it's for your betterment. She's not your enemy, or your dad. He's not your enemy. He's your mother and your father. You don't know the hardship that they've been through to bring you in this world. You understand? I like what you're wearing. Adidas. I guarantee you now, if I go with you to your mom and dad's place, or to your family's house, and tell them how long it took them, or how hard it was for them to get you that Adidas tracksuit, trust me, they would be in tears. That's how difficult it is. It's difficult to bring somebody up. It's not easy. She could have easily dumped you somewhere. I'm just saying you, but I'm just giving you an example. I'm not pointing at you, I'm just saying. Parents do a lot. You shouldn't, whether in Ramadan or outside Ramadan, shouldn't be disrespectful to your parents. That's bottom line. Don't dishonor somebody, don't be disrespectful. And me, I'm especially against this. I don't take disrespect from anybody, period. And if I take disrespect before, I mean, you know what I mean? Now I'm just like, you better stay away. We're not people of disrespect. We are Muslims, we don't be disrespectful, we don't dishonor people either. Oh, you're not Muslim, you're kafir. We don't do stuff like that. Keep your thoughts to yourself. You know what I mean? Like my favorite word, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Don't miss the prayer. Don't miss Tarawih. That's another key one. I'm going to go into that now in a bit, and then we're nearly finished with the class, inshallah. We're coming towards the end of these. Don't not read Quran. Don't say, I'm going to go through Ramadan, I'm going to not eat, because that's the purpose of Ramadan, not eat, and just not read Quran, not read any namaz. Doesn't make sense. That's not why you fast. You understand? Yeah? Check that again. Sorry. Who can't fast? I'm just going to go through this quickly. Someone who's extremely ill. Okay? You can't say, I got a flu, I can't fast. Don't give me that. You can't fast. If you got a flu, you can't fast. You have to be extremely ill to the point where you literally feel like you're going to die or something. Literally, death. Then you can break your fast. Or if you're somebody who's extremely ill, like let's say somebody who takes tablets. If he doesn't take his tablets, he's going to get so ill. Fine. But he has to give a fidya for that. He has to pay up for that. For not fast. But then he's excused. So pregnant women, so someone who's about to have a child, if she feels that she's going to, by not fasting, she's going to cause harm to herself and the child, or either one, she shouldn't fast. Okay? Because a baby needs nutrients. It needs food. A mother can't just continually fast and not feed herself and the baby. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about her, it's about the child as well. Okay? Unbearable thirst or hunger. Now, this is not applicable in this country. I'll tell you why. Because there's so much resources. Alhamdulillah, you got so much food. Right? We don't go through extreme hunger and extreme thirst. Unbearable. What's unbearable?
You can't stand it.
Yeah, like, oh my God. Doesn't mean one day you come home from school after playing football. Unbearable, thirsty. It doesn't work like that. That's not unbearable. Unbearable means where you literally think that you're literally about to die. Or even worse. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be the worst situation you can imagine. There's no excuse. Or if you're a traveler. If you're a traveler and you're traveling, you don't have to fast. Okay? Traveler means a proper traveler, like either you're going globally or somewhere outside of your town, far. You're continually traveling, then you don't have to fast, you have to make up for those days. But we'll cover that later on. But that's what Allah said in the ayah, the traveler. He said the people who travel. The immature, so if you're underage, like I said, under the age of puberty. Fine? Yeah? Barakah, innit? No ticket. So I shouldn't be saying that actually, you never know, jinx it. Everybody knows what that is. Big Mac, innit? Yeah? Don't breaking your fast at iftar. Eat. Don't eat too much. You know, literally, I'm sorry I'm saying this in masjid, but sometimes we eat like pigs when it comes to iftar. Three Big Macs, not Big Macs, that's what I'm saying. 3 chicken fillets, 15 wings, 1.5 litre bottle of Coke, 15 fries. And I'm like, what is this? It's like, you're going on like, food's about to run out or something. You know what I mean? Eat, but don't eat too much. Eating too much makes you unhealthy, makes you sick, and makes you sleepy. So you can't read the namaz after that, you feel sleepy. You know what I mean? You get lazy, you start burping all over the place and whatnot. Yeah? We're coming to the end, we're nearly finished. Is anyone bored, just be honest? If I get boring, I can skip it. No? Everything alright? Cool, happy with that. Eat clean food. Look, no, Islam doesn't say don't eat your burgers as long as they're halal. Islam doesn't say that at all. Eat, if it's halal tayyib, it's pure, eat it. But it doesn't mean, Mum, I'm coming home from school today, I was wondering, can I have a steak burger? Next day, steak burger. Next day, steak burger. And 30 days you're just eating steak burgers. Eat clean food. Break your fast. Try this. This is what I usually do. When I break my fast, I have fruit chop. Everyone has fruit chop or fruit salad, let's say. Everyone has fruit salad. Have fruit salad, a few dates, a glass of milk, leave it. Don't eat anything else. Go Tarawih, come back, then have what you like. But don't go ham, don't go crazy. You know why? Because then you'll feel so much better in your namaz. You'll feel awake, your mind will be sharp, and you're not sleepy. You know how many times people come to namaz in Tarawih that I've seen? Standing in the first, second, or whatever row. Why? Not because they're tired, it's because they eat so much. Control what you eat in Ramadan. And trust me, if you want to go on a diet, like me, I need a diet. I'm telling you now. But if this Ramadan is the best month to go on a diet for. Okay? Don't just eat chips and burgers. Do your wudu, make sure you do wudu. It's good, it's a blessing to do wudu. Feed the poor. Zakat is not, you don't have to give zakat, you don't know this, but you don't have to give zakat this month of Rajab, but if you want, you have a blessing. If you know somebody's homeless, we did this 2-3 years back. One of the fasts, I think it was the 16th fast or the 15th, in between what we did, me and my friends, we went to the homeless shelter and we gave iftar in the homeless shelter. They weren't Muslims, but we broke the fast with them. And they were homeless, they had no food. They were eating from food banks, so we gave them food. Yeah? Do that. And you know what? I was telling the Ijaz, I don't know if you remember, but one of the times I said Sunni Muslim youth will go together, we'll go to a homeless shelter and feed the poor. We'll do that. We'll do that. When we have enough people, we have a bigger team, we'll do that. And feed the poor. Feed the homeless. Feed your neighbor, friends and family. Auntie Bushra next door is sending samosa. Yeah? Send your neighbor some food. Share the love, it's good. And breaking someone's fast, you know how much reward you're going to get. So, it's the reward of feeding the entire ummah. Send food to your neighbor, even if he is a Muslim and a Muslim. You know how much hukuk there are, how much hukuk is a term you guys need to know. Hukuk means rights. Right? The Prophet ﷺ said that how could a mu'min, you got food in your home and your neighbor's starving, how could you even live? How could you sleep knowing that your neighbor is hungry? Doesn't mean that they're fasting. Could be, maybe they don't have food, maybe they don't have milk for the day. Ask. And if they ask you, don't say no. Even if you don't have it, say, oh, it's alright, I'll go get it for you. You need it? I'll go get it for you. 10 minutes down. You know how good you'll feel after that? Trust me. Attending iftar in the masjid. You know sometimes we do iftar in the masjid? Anyone aware of that? Come to the masjid, oh, bismillah, tafaddal. Some people give the food, they bring the food. It's a good act. You know? And if you can, good thing to do. When you come to the masjid, bring something with you. Put it in the middle and say, this is from me. Eat, bismillah. Alright, it might just be pound biscuits. Eat, bismillah. When they have tea with biscuits, every time they eat, you know how much reward you're going to get? Don't think about the aftermath of it. Think of aftermath meaning, don't think of it as a trivial thing. It's not a difficult thing. Think about what's going to come after that. Allah will give you the reward either in this world, or give you the reward in this world, or give you the reward in the hereafter. You will either see it in this world, or you'll see it in the hereafter. Or maybe both. Whichever Allah wills. Okay. And thank Allah. That's the biggest thing. Thank Allah. One of the reasons why we fast is to thank Allah, that Allah, you gave us sustenance. You know how many people around the world are starving for food? Look at our brothers and sisters and children and mothers in Syria. They're starving. They don't have food. And we can easily, how easy is it to get a pound from mom and go across the road and go get steak? Easy, isn't it? Anyone stopping you? No one. Nothing. You've got no problems. Say, alhamdulillah, Allah, you let us stay in a place, in an environment that is safe. You're in this masjid right now, are you safe? You're safe. You know it's less likely, it's like 1% chance of something going to go wrong in comparison to what happened in Syria. So be thankful that Allah has given you food, sustenance. Dua for breaking your fast. Who knows the dua for breaking fast? Do I know? You right? No? Don't remember? Anyone know? By heart? No? Bilal? No, he doesn't. Try. Give you a hint. Allahumma inni. How old are you? How old are you?
You didn't ask me something. You see that my friend from last Ramadan, he started fasting, and he's like, oh, I think I'm so tired, I need a dua to keep my strength up. I'm like, he's like to me, is there a dua here that to keep me like how I'm strong?
I'll give it to you at the end. Remind me. I'll forget because my memory is very bad. Remind me, I'll tell you. And it's so simple, you think, oh my God. Okay? Allahumma inni laka sumtu wa bika amantu wa alayka tawakkaltu wa ala rizqika aftartu. Oh Allah, I fasted for you and I believe in you and I put my trust in you and I break my fast with your sustenance. Sustenance meaning what you've provided, food, sustenance, for us to live on. Sustenance. Okay, the night prayer, I'm just going to go through this quickly. We've got about 10 odd minutes left, so I'm going to try and be as quick as possible. Salatul Tarawih. Who comes to Salatul Tarawih? Anyone? Who comes to Salatul Tarawih? Okay, if you don't, you should. Just listen to the Quran. Okay? When does Salatul Tarawih happen? Every
Full moon.
Every full moon.
Every day.
Every single day for the night of Ramadan. Okay? How's Tarawih performed? 2 sets of 10. So that's 20 altogether. Plus 3 rakat with it, 23. Yeah? Remember one thing. Answer this. Let me see. I'm going to ask you a question. I want to see if you get it right, but I want the logic behind it. I want the logic behind it. You understand? Okay, so we read Isha. We read our Fara'iz. We read the Fard, the 4 Fards, and so on. But we don't read the Witr. We read the Witr after the Tarawih. If I read my Tarawih and I read my 4 Fards of Isha, but I don't read my Witr, is my namaz accepted?
No.
Why?
Because
It's not Fards, so why?
Because witr is the closing of the prayer.
Witr is the closing, but there's an end to it. Witr, okay, so we have 4, which is Fards. Witr is what? W. Wajib. The wajib is not as high as a fard. It's not the same as a fard, obligatory, but it gives it the same status just below that. It's important. If you leave your witr, your isha is not accepted. You might read your 4 fard, but witr is a must. So we read that plus the 3 witr. But Tarawih consists of the 20 rak'ah. Some people do more rak'ahs than that. You can do, but it makes sense to do 10 in sets of 2, so overall 20. Okay? Recitation of the Quran is led by a hafiz of the Quran. Who's a hafiz of the Quran? Someone who's memorized the Quran by heart. Someone who knows the entire Quran by heart. Read the translation of all the surah before the prayer. So if I know, right, they're going to read 1.5 sipara in the first usually 15 days. What I do beforehand, in the day if you're free, open up the Quran, read in English what he's gonna read in the namaz. Just pull it out, read it. So then when he's reading it, you'll be like, oh, hold on. He said, oh, that's what that means. It sits in your head, it will sit in your head. Trust me. And when you know Fatiha, I want you to all start with Fatiha. Surah Al-Fatiha. Know the translation, read the translation. Next time when you're reading behind Qari Sahib, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, you'll be like, okay, I know what this means. First verse, all praise to Allah, the Lord of the universe. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, most gracious, most merciful. And you'll know it in the back of your head. Yeah? It's just a practice. Try. Concentrate on the Quran. A lot of people mess around in the namaz. Don't mess around. It breaks your namaz. If you honestly mess around in your namaz, you laugh, you giggle, you push each other, you kick each other, you need to understand that. Look, if you were in front of your dad, yeah, and you're standing next to your brother or your cousin or whatever, you start being disrespectful in front of him, your dad will be like, what the hell are these two doing? They tell you off in it. So you know, what the hell are you lot doing? When you're reading namaz, you're standing from Allah. Allah who created you, who created me. He's our Rabb, He's who created us. Do you understand? So you're standing in front of Allah and you're messing around. Whatever you want to do outside of namaz, you can giggle. Do whatever you want. Giggle if you want. You know? But don't mess around in the salah, for God's sake. Don't kick each other. You know how many people, I'm not saying about this masjid, I don't speak about any masjid. how many masjids I've been to, and literally, you've even seen a video. Okay, let's do this easily. How many people, those who got Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you on social media, or even on YouTube, you go on YouTube, these people, they make these stupid videos where the guy's reading namaz and he kicks him in the back and the guy goes flying.
Funny.
Yeah, it's funny to an extent, but then you think, hold on, I shouldn't be laughing because that guy could have been in salah, now I've laughed, and now I'm going to get gunah for it. And you shouldn't share it either, don't share it. Might be a bit of a he went flying through the wall or something like that. Thinking about it makes me laugh. But be real, that guy could have been in namaz. How would you feel if you were, what's your name?
Share.
Like the lion. You know, saying that Ali is sharing the lion of Allah. So, how do you feel, Sharif? If you're in namaz, I took a long run and gave you a what's it called? A jump kick, innit? What's it? Fly kick.
Kickboxing.
Yeah. What would you do? You'd want to. That's what you want to do, innit? You want to knock me the hell out. But what have I done? I've broken your namaz. Your namaz is now broken. I got no gunah for it because I caused you to break your namaz. And I did an act which you shouldn't do. The Prophet ﷺ forbade hitting Muslims, to raise your hands on Muslims. And I've done that. I've broken more rules than you can imagine. Yeah, it's funny for a bit when you watch it on the video. But when you're watching the video, think for a second, if that brother was really in namaz, sinful. If they just made it for an idiot, for a video, the guy's an idiot. I'm telling you now. If they did it just for a bit of fun, the guy's an idiot. And tomorrow, I'm telling you, me, personally, like I'm doing vlogging, and if you ever see me do that, point it out and say, you're an idiot. What are you doing? You know what I mean? I'll never do that. You don't laugh in the salah. But if somebody makes a video to explain that, okay, this is what you shouldn't do in salah, and fly kick someone, obviously they're not in salah. That's a different concept because they're explaining what not to do in the namaz. So the lesson is don't mess around in namaz. Very simple. The Tarawih, the night prayer, is an emphasized sunnah. It's a sunnah. It's not fard, but it's sunnah. It's emphasized, so you should do it. It's an emphasized sunnah. Doing what the Prophet ﷺ said, Allah loves what you do because the Prophet ﷺ loved it. I think this is the last slide coming up now. Laylatul Qadr. What are you talking about? Laylatul Qadr. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. Wa ma adraka ma laylatul qadr. So on and so forth. It's one of the odd nights of Ramadan, the last 10 days, in which Allah, like I said, revealed the Quran. Upon which, what's the first surah that Allah revealed to the Prophet ﷺ? Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read in the name of your Lord the Great. Yeah? So it's in the odd nights. No one really knows when is Laylatul Qadr. Apart from the awliya, the walis of Allah who can see things, who Allah has unveiled, so they can see some things, they know. Okay? But majority of those who have seen Laylatul Qadr have said it's on the 27th. That we call Satay Sweetheart, for example. Satay Sweet is 27. It is 27. Yeah, 27. Satay Sweetheart, 27th night. The night is better. I'm going to go through this quickly because we're running out of time. Better than 1,000 months. So the night is better than 1,000. That's what it says in the translation. Better than 1,000 months occurs in the last 10 days and the odd nights. So odd 25, 27, 20. Got it? Okay. Sayyidina Aisha. Who is Aisha? Radiallahu anha? Sayyida Aisha, she's our mother. Your mother, my mother, everybody's mother. Mother of the believers. Those who believe. She's our mother. Sayyida Aisha radiallahu anha reporting, with the start of the last of the 10 days of Ramadan, the Prophet ﷺ used to tighten his belt, as in he would work harder, and used to pray the whole night, and used to keep his family awake for the prayers. Imam al-Bukhari. So evidence that the Prophet, the Tarawih prayers and the ibadat was done in the night, especially in the light of Laylatul Qadr. Okay? Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, that name comes up a lot. Remember, these two are one of the, considered the grand hadith collectors in Islam. Sayyidina Abu Hurairah and Sayyida Aisha radiallahu anha. Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu narrates, whoever spends the night of Laylatul Qadr in prayer, let me read this out of faith and out of hope of reward, his previous sins will be forgiven. And that's by Nisa'i. There's another book of hadith. Sunan Nisa'i. frequently asked questions after this is finished. These are some of your questions, like what if I don't keep saying you ask? Shazad, you ask? Did you ask that question? What if I don't get up for saying? You're gonna get that answer. Okay, now I want you guys to open up your minds, think outside of the box. Okay? I'm gonna ask you the questions. I want you to give me an answer. Don't just say yes or no. I need to know the answer and tell me why. And then I can explain the answer. I need you to tell me why you think like that. Yeah? Shall I start? What is this? Why? Because you gave me an example. You gave me an answer. You told me why. Is this a pen? It looks like a pen and we write with it. That's what I want. First question. Does vomiting break my fast? What do you think?
Yes. Yeah, it does.
Okay. Vomiting breaks your fast. Why? If it does. Give me a logical answer.
When you vomit, some
You kind of all said it, but let me tell you this. There's an exception here. If you vomit a mouthful and the mouth is unable to close, then your fast is invalid. Okay? So like a full mouthful vomit. Most vomits are mouthfuls anyway. But some are like those little ones, but most of them. Alright? So if you're in that state, then your fast is broken. Okay? But remember, I'm giving you the general ruling. This is a general, what is it? General ruling. Because under vomiting, you know there's how many categories underneath vomiting? There's different types. One with blood, one with water, one with food. Sorry, it sounds disgusting, but you need to analyze it. But just to give you a general ruling. Because I can't go into a scholarly debate with you guys because you won't understand it. I can go into the 7 types and then you won't get it. I missed my fast, what do I do? Actually, don't answer this. I don't want you to answer this because you wouldn't. I missed my fast, what do? You make up for the fast. Kafara. That's what it means, kafara. To make up the prayer. Make up the fast. Sorry?
Yeah, once when I missed the fast on Ramadan, and my mom told me to read the dua like in the morning when I go up, and she like, read it and then fast.
Realistically, because you've gone past the time, you have to ask God yourself that one.
Like during Ramadan, you don't have to say the word near by the word because you have that intention that you're gonna wake up. Now, if you don't wake up because you're long, you miss your alarm.
Then I went back to sleep.
Yeah, if you don't wake up, you're long, you miss your alarm. You have that intention the previous night.
There's a difference of opinion because there's one with the verbal utterance of the niyyah, and the other one is that you didn't get up, then just don't eat. You know what I mean? But like I said, every circumstance is different. Your circumstance needs to be addressed by proper scholars and tell them exactly what it is. But like I said, this is a general ruling. What do I do if I missed it? You give a kafara. You have to fast for that day later on.
Do you make up during the nights in the days of Shawwal?
That you may come up in the days that is ordained for you to fast. There's days where you can't fast. Just be wary of those. You can fast outside of the month of Ramadan. Okay, and then your niyyah would be, oh Allah, I'm paying my kafara to make up for the fast. And then you do the fast for the month of Ramadan. I purposely broke my fast. What do I do? That's kind of an obvious one. You make up for the fast. You purposely broke it. And you're a sinner. And you make tawbah. Ask for forgiveness of Allah. I purposely broke his tawbah. Like I said, generally, I can't go into a whole scholastic thing of, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to confuse you guys otherwise. I would love to, because that's my arena. I love to do that stuff, but I can't, because if I do, you guys can get confused. I'll just give you a general idea, okay? Rest, if you want more detailed answer, like it also have 60 days fasting, this, that, you need to address it with God yourself. But I'll give you a general overview. Can I taste food? That is for the ladies, upstairs. But can ladies taste their food? Ladies are only allowed to taste their food according to the Hanafi school. I'll explain that later on. Hanafi school. If your husband is harsh, like if you know that the husband is hot-headed, like he gets very angry, like if you don't give him like the food he tastes, he goes, oh, this is terrible. There's not enough sweet in it. Oh, this is terrible. It's not enough spice in it. Oh, it's terrible. It's not enough salt in it. then the woman is allowed to taste. But even when she tastes, doesn't mean that she picks up the entire spoon and she goes, taste it. You know what I mean? There's a thing called taste. Taste. Okay? Even Islam, you need to break that down. Islam breaks it down. If you guys want to know where I'm getting this from, I have this book with me. It's called Nur al-Ida. The recording in the camera is this book. It's called Nur al-Ida. This is what, when students become scholars, this is the first book they use of the Hanafi school. It's called Nur al-Ida. This is what it says in this book. I'm going by this book. This is not in my own. This is from this book. And this is what the scholars use. If only if the husband is harsh, and you know you will, and she will receive harsh treatment due to the taste of the food. Okay? But that's for the ladies, but I don't think we have any sisters upstairs. So. Water went in my mouth and nostrils during wudu. Does it break my fast? What do you think?
No. You know, if you what happens if you drink your spit? Your saliva.
Thing is, the saliva is a natural thing. It's natural. It's inside you. You can't just like one day pull out your saliva and say, stop, I'm fasting, bro. You know what I mean? So, what you should do, this is what I do. If you feel that you drinking it will give you like uncertainty and doubts, spit it out. But does it break your fast? No, because it's inside you. It's natural. It's like telling her, you don't want to breathe anymore. Stop my heart. Stop. You can't do that. You know what I mean? It's inside you. It's natural. But if you say, I'm feeling thirsty, maybe I can drink my saliva. I'll be alright. And then go. Do you know what I mean? Then obviously it will break. Because you're trying to break your fast. You know what I mean? But one thing that's natural is inside you. Okay, who wants to answer me this question? One more slide after this and we're finished.
I think it depends on your intention.
Kind of. But look at the question. Water went in my mouth and nostrils during wudu. Does it break my fast?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Why?
Because you still have water, you're going to spit it out when you have to need to.
Yeah, because you're doing wudu. But, this is the full answer. No, but be careful not to take in the water purposely. You know that one of the important bits of wudu is, you know when you put water up your nose, it should go up to the furthest length as it can. But when you're fasting, you should try and make sure it doesn't go in. If it does go in, because you're doing wudu, it doesn't break your fast. It only happens because you're doing wudu. But when you're doing like part of the wudu is when you're gargling, for example, be very careful and not let it go down. If you're immune to it, it goes down, doesn't mean Allah's going to say, Tiga, that's it, your fast is broken. Allah is not harsh, He's even. You know what I mean? So it doesn't break your fast, but be very, very careful. That's all I'm saying, just be careful. Because then all day you're going to be like, am I fasting? I'm not fasting, I'm fasting, I'm not fasting. If I broke my fast, that means I can eat, and then you start eating. You see what I mean? Certainty over? Certainty over? Certainty over doubt. I accidentally tasted food. Does it break my fast? No, because it wasn't intentional. If you put your food in your mouth, you're like, oh no, I'm fasting. Don't finish eating it and go, very nice, and then continue eating it and then say, oh, I broke my fast. It doesn't work like that. Okay? You broke your fast, and when you feel you're eating it, spit it out. Spit the food out and say, Astaghfirullah. Say, Allah forgive me. It was Allah knows anyway. But Astaghfirullah, unintentional. I've done it so many times. When I was younger, even when I'm older, I've gone downstairs and put a crisp on my mouth. Older, I'm fasting, bro. Spit out. Alright? Frequently asked questions, last slide. I can't fast at all, what do I do? If you have a genuine reason why you can't not fast, you must give a fidya, which is currently £4 a day. 30, okay, who's good at maths? 30 times 4?
120.
£120 a month, not bad, eh? I bet that Adidas tracks are 120. Roughly? Probably, yeah. It goes more like 20, dissing you. Yeah, it's going to be more than that. Now, the point is, you have to give a fidya, which is £4 a day. That's for people who are extremely ill, they can't fast because they take tablets. If they ignore the tablets, their health will deteriorate or they could even die. Then, different story. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna fast. I'm just gonna pay £4 a day. If you're healthy, you're fit, you can move around. No excuse to miss your fast. Does brushing my teeth break my fast?
You have to brush your teeth in the morning.
Nah.
Depends.
But you're not supposed to take your toothpaste inside anyways.
But what he means is sometimes some people, when they clean their mouth, it goes inside. Remember, it's all about prevention. What does prevention means? To do what? To
Stop it.
stop it. No, but be careful not to take in the paste. Okay? We're not here to eat paste. Okay? Do your brush. And the best thing, what I usually do is I put such little paste on it. Literally like small amount. And then do it. And do it with your face down so that it doesn't drip back. Some people brush tooth like, I don't see what the hell they're doing. They brush it like that with their head up and obviously it's going to go in. Prevention, be careful. Khalas. Okay? In some instances, it breaks. Like I said, it depends on your situation, but mostly no, just be careful. You can't brush your
to
teeth.
the safe side, like just brush off the sorry.
Yeah, or just brush after stuff.
Don't do
If you fear that, let's say for example, I'm going to a meeting, I'm going to sit in front of my CEO, my owner, and my breath is going to stink. For Allah, it's as equal as musk. You know, like Ital. It smells like that for Allah. Okay, for someone else. You don't want to be disrespectful. You think Islam is going to say, now you're fasting, probably your toothpaste. Islam makes it easier for everyone. Okay? Just be careful. That's all I'm saying, prevention. I had a nosebleed. Does it break my fast? No. Like I said, depends on the amount of how much it gushes, but normally a nosebleed is like a little bit, cover with it, nose and that's it. Okay? Doesn't break the fast. Does a lying break my fast? This is the biggest one.
Yes.
Oh, yes it does. Okay, let me read you out the hadith. You can't see it from there, but read it until then. Yes, Allah's Messenger ﷺ stated, whoever does not leave off false speech and acting by it, then Allah is not in need of him abandoning his food and drink. What does abandoning mean? To leave something. If you're going to continuously lie, purposely lie, carry on lying and know that you're fasting, Allah doesn't need you to fast. No benefit gets to Allah by you fasting. Allah is Kareem. He doesn't need us. Allah doesn't need us. We need Allah. We need these fasts to get closer to Allah. Allah doesn't need fast. You understand? Don't lie.
If you're playing a prank or a joke, does that count as lie?
Yeah. You shouldn't pull pranks on Muslims. On anybody. Sorry. Let me tell you that again. You should not pull pranks on anybody. Nobody. Khalas. And especially pranks where you're going to scare somebody. Like, you know, where I'm going to hide behind the closet, he's going to come around over here. It's not allowed in Islam. For a bit of a joke, even Islam, there's limits to how much you can joke. You understand? But indirectly you're lying, aren't you? You want to keep away from that. How do I not know? If I scared you and you're a heart patient, I scare you and your heart just stops and you drop to the floor. What are you going to do? I'm going to prison, innit? You know what I mean? Something like that. Well, I'm just giving you an example. And other questions, can I put oil in my hair? Of course you can, like, stuff like that. I didn't have Southall, what should I do? You still have to fast for that day. Just because didn't have Seri doesn't mean you don't fast. I'm on long-term medication that I cannot miss, what do I do? If there are serious consequences, like I said, it's just repeating what I said. If you feel like there's serious consequences if you don't leave it, then you don't have to fast. And that's the end of the session. What did you guys... Okay, just to finish off, my presentation is done, everything's finished. I'm going to start from the right, and I'm going to go down to the left. And I want all of you lot to tell me what you've learned today. What was the biggest learning point for you? What have you learned? After that, there's some crisps, drinks and chocolates available for you on your way up. Me and Ijaz will serve them to you, inshallah, in the next program. But I'm going to start from the right, and then inshallah make my way to the left. Starting here. What did you learn today? It doesn't. It can be the same thing. Try and make it not the same thing, but you know. But what did you learn?
You have to send the music to the prophet.
If you like, you break it for.
If you like, you break your fast, like the things that will break your fast, like what you can do, like things like brushing your teeth and stuff like that. Same thing.
Which is?
If you die, you break your fast.
I don't know that lady can taste their food even though it's fasting.
Remember, it depends. It doesn't mean you go tell your mom, you know you can taste your food, right? No. It means if, for example, I'm not saying it is the case, but let's say if your dad is harsh and he's hot-headed, okay, if you know he's coming, you're going to tell your mom off like, make my food properly. Then, you know what I mean? Then. But yeah, you're right. Go on, carry on. Same as him? Come on now. Okay, go on.
Swearing is not good.
Yeah?
And if you don't have swearing, doesn't mean that you still can't fast.
If you?
If you don't do sahur, then it doesn't mean that you just don't fast.
Exactly.
What you should do and what you shouldn't do when you're fasting.
Yeah.
I like to do all the fasting.
Sure.
You need to give some food to the poor people.
Sure. That's the biggest thing.
Laylatul Qadr is better than 1,000 months.
Subhanallah. Say Subhanallah.
Subhanallah.
Laylatul Qadr is better than 1,000.
So like in suhoor, like said when you like eat like what the Prophet ate, like dates, watermelon, fruits and milk, then you get a blessing.
But also,
There's blessing in food.
yeah. Yes.
If someone's praying, you're not allowed to come in and land a flying kick them.
Okay. Do you guys understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me, what do you think of the classroom? Like it, don't like it, boring, too long? What do you think? Be honest.
Interesting. You learn a lot of things.
Because if I'm not teaching how you guys want to be, then I want to teach how you guys want to learn.
The way you teach is like fun, like
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should do it Ramadan.
So, inshallah, we're going to do more programs. I need all of you guys here. Another thing I want to do, before you guys leave, before you guys go on to your food, Ijaz will make, inshallah, make the final dua. Just make a short dua, inshallah. He didn't know I was going to do that, but he's going to do it. He's going to do it, because I told him to. He's going to do dua, but what I'm going to do is, which one of you guys are comfortable, if I gave you a topic and say, go research about this and you're going to present it in the next classroom, you're comfortable with doing it? When I mean present, it just means reading it out and teaching it. Like, yeah? Okay. Those who can, put your hand up.
What was the question?
Those who are happy to present. So if I gave you a topic and say, go and find out the sunans, the fard acts of namaz, for example, or something like that. Just give me an example, but make it simple. Happy to present it. Okay? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah? 7? One more. I'm picking a random person. 8. I'll tell you why, because he's the oldest. And Ijaz is he's doing something that nobody else can do.
He's the president of our Sunni Muslim.
He's the one. And one more thing, that's 8, 9. Only because you're the youngest. Okay, you need to inspire all these others, and you're the oldest, and you need to inspire all of these ones.
He's 8 though.
Who's?
He's 8.
He's 8. Oh, sorry, you're 9. Okay, so you're right. You're the youngest. You need to inspire younger people. Okay. So, you 9 people, next classroom should be here. I'm going to give you your topics next class, and you have to take next program or next class, and then you go away and do the presentation. Tell you very soon. Very soon.
Is this supposed to be Islam after the book?
Yeah, they're going to do a small salam that Zubair's going to read. Because he's prepared it and I don't want his hard work to go to waste. And then that's the end of the class. Originally we started at 2:15 because moving things around and shifting forward. So not bad, an hour and a bit. So, but let me know honestly, what did you think? Good? Be honest, don't overdo it. Just be honest. Would you come again?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you this. 9 people who turn up, those 9 people who I just said, if you turn up and all of you, the same guys turn up, next classroom, we're going to have pizzas. I swear, I'm telling you, turn up and you get pizzas.
Count how many people there are.
If one of us
Doesn't
can't
matter.
do it,
Go get them. Okay, so yourself, do the salam.
Mike.
No, just stand up. Do it.
Oh, don't Mike.
No, no, you do it here.
Yeah, just do it.
That's the test.
MashaAllah.
Come here, come to the front, do the salam. Then yourself do dua, and then that's it.
मुस्तफा जाने रहमत लाखो सलाम शमए बज़ में बेदायत पे लाखो सलाम हम गरीबों के आका पे हैं हद दुरूद हम गरीबों के आका पे बेहद दुरूद हम गरीबों के आका पे बेहद दुरूद हम फकीरों की सरवत लाखों सलाम मुस्तफा जाने रहमत लाखों सलाम शमए बज़ में हिदायत पे लाखों सलाम जिनके सजदे को मैं रब काबा झुकी जिनके सजदे को मैं रब काबा झुकी जिनके सजदे को मैं रब काबा झुकी उन बहू की लताफत लाखों सलाम मुस्तफा जाने रहमत लाखों सलाम गौसे आज़म इमाम तुका वन्नुका गौसे आज़म इमाम तुका वन्नुका जलवा ए शान खुदरत लाखों सलाम मुस्तफा जाने रहमत लाखों सलाम शमए बज़ में हिदायत पे लाखों सलाम.
One thing to clarify, the reason why we stand and make salam is because we pay respects and say salam to the Prophet ﷺ. We got this deen from the Prophet ﷺ. It came from Allah through the wasila of the Prophet, from the Prophet ﷺ. From him we are Muslims, from his ummah, and we stand in his honor. That's why we stand. Okay, inshallah. Joseph, make dua, make sure dua, inshallah. And then before you guys go, when you guys give you food, inshallah, just grab your food, stay in the masjid, try to get you guys in the next vlog as well, inshallah. ठीक है ना? Bismillah, make dua.
اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد معدن الجود والكرم وآله وبارك وسلم.
آمين.
ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار.
آمين.
وقنا عذاب القبر وقنا عذاب الحشر وقنا عذاب الميزان.
Ameen.
Allah, whatever we have learned today, please accept this.
Ameen.
If there was any error, please forgive us.
Ameen.
Allah, help us remember what we taught today.
Ameen.
Ameen.
Allah, bless Junaid for his work which he's doing.
Ameen.
Allah, help us to learn this.
Ameen.
Allah, give us the tawfiq to come to this program always.
Ameen.
Allah, give us the tawfiq to remember this.
Ameen.
Allah, whoever's ill, please cure them, give them shifa.
Ameen.
Whoever's got exams, please help them in their exams, help them to pass.
Ameen.
Whoever's got any difficulty, please make the difficulty easy.
Ameen.
Whoever has whatever dua, please fulfill their dua.
Ameen.
And just bless us all in our wealth and health and everything.
Ameen.
ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار.
Ameen.
ربي زدني علما. صلى الله عليك يا محمد النور من نور الله.
جزاكم الله. ما شاء الله.